cracks me up every single time that Billy Donovan really be like, hey, bro, you're not getting this handshake. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us, man. We're going to go straight into the post-game show. We always do a post-game show after this. When we get to the regular season, it'll be a full-on 30-minute post-game, sponsors, all that stuff, flashing lights. We're going to have stats from the game made up and all that stuff. It's going to look crazy, right? It's going to be amazing, but right now, y'all get this. So, appreciate you guys for tuning in and rocking with us. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. If you're on the Twitter Spaces, retweet the Spaces link so that people can jump in to the post-game show. We appreciate all you guys for tuning in. Bulls do get the dub, 127-104. Another good win. I mean, at the end of the day, right, we came into this game looking to see one thing. No matter what you say, we came into this game looking to see one thing, and that was Patrick Williams going to be aggressive? Remember, Zach LaVine did not get the start. DeMar DeRozan did not get the start. They had the night off. So at the end of that, now you're talking about, okay, P. Will gets the start. Dalen Terry got his start tonight. Just kind of seeing what those guys look like in the lineup, right? Don't know if that's going to be any indication for what Patrick Williams is going to be in the season, but at the end of the day, Patrick Williams had a nice game, and it contributed to the Chicago Bulls having a nice game. Bulls played pretty well, right? 50 for 93, 54% from the field. 92 for 37 for the Milwaukee Bucks in the game, right? And so you were able to outshoot them there. From the three-point line, Bulls 10 for 30. Want to see that three-point percentage get up a little bit. Only 33% there. And then on the other side, right, 16 for 51 were the Bucks. The fact they took 51 three-pointers is crazy, bro. But the story of the game, right, was the Chicago Bulls down low. Andre Drummond and Nikola Vucevic were a problem in the paint. Patrick Williams got in on that as well. 56 rebounds for the Bulls, 35 for the Milwaukee Bucks. And then on the offensive side of it, right, 15 offensive boards for the Bulls, 7 for the Bucks. The one thing we do need to key in on, Bulls did cut those turnovers down and weren't allowing those as well, I can't say that. They allowed 22 points off of turnovers. I was going to say weren't allowing as many points off of turnovers, but 14 turnovers, 13 for the Milwaukee Bucks. Nothing that's going to hurt you. Not great, but nothing like, oh my God, I can't believe you guys turned the ball over 20 plus times. But 22 points for the Bucks off of that. So might be something that you want to key in on there. Just the transition defense off of those turnovers does put you in a bad situation there. Final stat lines coming down for the Bulls, though. 17, 11, and 4 for Vucci. He had 2 steals in the game in 23 minutes. Dalen Terry only took 4 shots, 5 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. He had 21 points in the game. Patrick Williams, who was the player that a lot of us focused in on, the player that a lot of us were paying attention to, he had 31 minutes tonight, 22 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 9 for 17, 3 for 4 from the free throw line, 1 for 5 from the three-point line, 1 steal in the game. Kobe White came out. He had 15, 3, 2, 3 and 2. He also had a steal and a block in this game as well. So the young guys getting into it, right, showing you something. And then at the end, right, your 2 new additions, Andre Drummond showed out, 16 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 7 for 9 from the field. He had a block as well. And Goran Dragic continuing or coming back and being very efficient, 13 points on 6 of 9 shooting. He was 1 for 3 from the three-point line. This is what you wanted to see this team show you, right? These guys that are going to be on your bench. Here's the thing. It's not like we were coming in here tonight with guys that weren't going to be playing, right? Like the Milwaukee Bucks came in here and basically had 10 guys that were going to be playing, but there's only 5 spots left on this team for guys that are actually going to be a part of the team. So you have to talk about, okay, if there's only 5 spots left, most of these guys aren't going to be NBA players by the end of it. By the way, keep an eye on that. There's a couple of nice players in there that the Bulls could be able to scoop up at that big man position. But you're looking at right now the players that you're going to see play on the court for you. This is more than likely your bench pieces outside of Dosunmu and Vucevic. And maybe Patrick Williams, I don't know based on tonight's game. I don't know what the indication is. I don't know if there's a feeling that he isn't going to be a bench piece, right? Like, I don't know if there's this feeling that he, like, tonight is what showed him, or is what, you know, broke him into the starting lineup consistently. But that's what you want to see from him, right? Like, now I'm looking at, okay, can you bring that aggression? What he showed us tonight was an aggressive P. Will. What he showed us tonight was a P. Will that was going to be able to come out and attack the guy, and the guy on the other side was just going to be too small, right? That's what you need to see. But it can't just be for tonight. It can't be in the 4th preseason game of the season. You have to show that every night. And that's the one thing from P. Will that's always been a question around his game. So now the question is, okay, is what we saw tonight real? 22, 5 and 5, 9 for 17. How does he get that? How does he get that? With Zach LaVine on the court, with DeMar DeRozan on the court, right? He took 17 shots tonight. How does he get 17 shots? That might be a role that has to come for you off of the bench. It might be. That might be a role for you that has to come from you being that bench piece with players that you feel like, okay, I can take shots from these guys and feel okay. I can take shots away from these guys and feel like I'm still doing something right. So for me, that's the part that I'm looking to see, okay, how are the Bulls going to be able to build off of this with Patrick Williams? That's what this comes down to. Whether he does go to, and here's the thing, I said this a couple of times, right? We do not care how you get your points. We do not care how you get your, how you finish off your scoring. You know what we care about? Are you scoring? Are you rebounding? Are you assisting? Are you playing good defense? I don't care where he gets it from. I don't care if he's coming off the bench. I care that he's being aggressive. Can we put him in the best spot to be aggressive? Again, another night of pretty much being efficient, right? This is the kind of player he is. He's efficient. He's got all the talent. He's got all the skill. He's got all the game. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? It's up to you now. You have to answer that. We can't answer that for you. You have to answer that. I liked that Vooch played tonight. I thought he kept himself aggressive. I thought he kept himself. I think he's trying to keep himself at that level. There's 8 days in between today and our next Bulls game. So Vooch probably was coming out with the mindset of, hey, I want to play just to keep it going. He absolutely did that, right? 17 and 11, 4 assisted in 23 minutes of play, 7 for 9 from the field. Like I said, 2 for 3 from the three-point line. I think his defense is going to be something that if he has elevated it back to the point where he's he's always been a decent defender, but if he's elevated it even a little bit more and you can put him out there and feel confident about his defense, right, especially with P. Will or Javonte Green or Goran Dragic or whoever's out there, right, or not Goran Dragic, why did I say that, or Andre Drummond is who I meant to say, standing next to him, right, like if you could put him out there and feel good about Vooch's defense, and he's giving you this level of offense, and the thing that I love about it, right, like 2 for 3 from the three-point line is what I want to see. Not 2 for 7, not 5 for 7. Even if he's taking those shots because he's open, right? Vooch said it best. You take the three ball away from me, I can still put up 15. Or I'm sorry, I can still put up 25. You take the 3 ball away from me, I can still put up 25. You take the paint away from me, and I'm not the same player. So the fact that he was able to, okay, I'm going down in the paint, I'm going to be able to put these moves on these guys, that's what I want to see. So I love that from him. Dalen Terry, 21 minutes, right? He gave you the exact kind of game that I expect him to give you. And I think this is, if he does end up getting more minutes this season, these are the kind of games you're more likely to see than the first game where he comes out cooking, right, offensively. Now, he's going to have those moments because I think he does have an ability to score the basketball, but Dalen Terry's going to be glue. That's what I want to see. How much glue do you got? How much are you going to be the guy that's making the game ugly? How much are you going to be the guy that's able to get the steals, that's able to get he didn't have a steal tonight, but you know he's got his hands in the passing lanes. You know that he's trying to he was looking for the assist the entire time. And I think that's something, right, where AK talked about that in Summer League, right? We want to see him score more than we seeing him go after the assists. But Dalen Terry's somebody that absolutely is looking to pass the ball. So that might be a change in mindset. That might take him a little while as well. Again, Javonte Green had a good night, 3 for 6. Loved it. I liked what I saw from the Bulls. I liked that Billy Donovan was playing with some different rotations. A couple rotations that I really enjoyed seeing was P. Will out there with Vooch, Ayo, Kobe, and Caruso. I thought that was a really good lineup for the Bulls. I thought that was something that gave them plenty of defense. I thought that Kobe White kind of got it on or turned his game on later. But if you get that offense from Kobe White and you're getting P. Will being aggressive, that's a lineup that absolutely I would love to see run. I thought that same lineup minus Vooch, but adding in Drummond was a very good defensive lineup for the Chicago Bulls. And I like that we're coming into this season not talking about how are we going to put in a defense, how are we going to play defense here, we know what our defensive lineups are. We know what our offensive lineups are. We know what this Bulls team is capable of if they're going to be able to get, if they can come out and score. And I think the thing is, right, like, the mindset of this team heading into, especially with this layoff, you're trying to get your body ready. They've got 8 days until their next game. 8 days until their next game. So the thing for me that I'm really looking to see is when we come back from this, right, what is the mindset of this Bulls team? I think the mindset of this team has to be, hey, we want to break your neck early with scoring the basketball. We want to be able to drop you off early because guess what? If we can build a lead and we've got a team that is coming in, whether it is off of the bench or not, of Alex Caruso, P. Will, Andre Drummond, we're going to be able to hold you down, especially if you include Ayo in that lineup as well. We're going to be able to hold you down. That's what I want to see from this Bulls team. I want to see continued, I want to see them come out and attack early, and I want to see the team be able to essentially, right, like, use your bench as a bench. That's how these teams are able to go deep in the playoffs. That's how these teams are able to go are able to continuously have these deep runs in the playoffs, because if you're using your bench as your bench, then your bench is going to be in the game, and your starters are going to actually get some rest. That's what I'm really looking for from this Chicago Bulls team. I want to see you come out early, attack early, often, and by the end of it, guess what? You're sitting on the bench chilling in the fourth quarter. That's what we need to see from this team, man. A couple of players, I will say this too, before I get up out of here, man, because I'm going to take a quick break in between us doing Locked On, because we do got to do a whole episode tonight. So I'm going to go upstairs, get a little grub in my stomach. But before I do that, there's a couple of players from the Milwaukee Bucks that if they let them go, Bulls absolutely need to keep their eye on them. I thought Marquis Bolden really showed some versatility. He was 3 for 4 from the three-point line. He showed that he can get down in the paint and get dirty. He's able to get he was able to be a strong rebounder down there for them. Got 6 boards, 21 points, showed a lot of versatility. I thought Mamu was a nice player, right? I think in the second half, the Bulls did a good job adjusting to him. But guess what? Still able to get 9 rebounds. I'm talking about bringing guys in for a bench big, right? Because that power forward position is probably the one position we're thinnest at if you're not going to play Marko Simonovic, right? Like, it seems like we hate Marko, or at least Billy Donovan hates Marko. I don't know if he stole a piece of gum from him or something, but it seems like Billy Donovan hates Marko. So I thought Mamu was a really nice player. He played 32 minutes, didn't shoot the ball as well as he did in that first half, but the 9 rebounds was really nice. His aggressiveness was nice. He had an ability to put the ball on the floor and get to the bucket. Those are things that you really look for from a guy. And then outside of that, Nwora, I don't think they're going to let Nwora go, but if by any chance they end up cutting Nwora, he's somebody you absolutely keep your eye on. Although he's more of an offensive threat off of your bench, he's not going to be a huge rebounder. He looked like he kind of got bodied a little bit on the boards. But at the end of the day, right, like, if you can have a guy come in that, while of course this is preseason, right? He's not going to put up 25 every game, but maybe he comes in and he's able to put up 15 off of your bench as your backup big, or 10 off of your bench as your backup big. I would love to see that. Similar size to Patrick Williams as well. I believe he is 6'7", 6'8". They got him listed as 225. So if they end up letting go of any of those guys, I would like to see the Bulls kind of move in and keep an eye on that. Tana asking, shout out to the chat as well, man. We got the chat in here on YouTube. We're in here in Twitter Spaces as well. Going to be utilizing Twitter Spaces a lot now that I know how to use it, and I know that I can be in here and have you guys in here basically listening to the podcast live. So we're going to be, Noir's a first round pick. He's not going to anywhere. Oh, is he? Okay, never mind it. I didn't know. I didn't know. I like his game. He's got good game. I'd love to see it. I didn't see the game. How'd the rookie do? He played a game, right? Like 5 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. That's what I want to see. It's a game that's more like the game that we're actually going to see from him when he gets in. You're not going to see him go out and put up 15 every night. You're not going to see him go out and put up 11 every night, right? Like, you're going to see him go out there and be a 5-5-5 guy. That's okay. I'm fine with that. So, hey, I'm going to get up out of here, though. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and rocking with me as always, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page if you listened in on the Spaces, man. Major love to you. Make sure that you tweet it out that I'm going to be doing this. I'll tweet it out that I'm going to be doing this as well. Appreciate you guys for showing so much love. We will be live tomorrow for the Daily Show, of course. We will also, if you missed the Daily Show today, go ahead and give that a listen. We were breaking down the Bears today, and listen to the press conferences. And we also talked about what the Chicago Bears are going to look like versus the Commanders on Thursday. So broke that down as well. Also had a video drop. So been a ton of content over on the page today. There's going to be a ton of content on Chicago Bulls Breeze and Chicago Bears Breeze. So get in tune with us on all of that. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. I am going to go get a stretch in before we do Locked On Bulls. Hayes is probably over there doing the post-game show as well. So y'all tune in with Hayes as well. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Peace.